Welcome to another edition of Touchline, and we're definitely giving you a lot to think about ahead of the active soccer weekend. We're talking about the English Premier League and certainly 5 games to savor. I'm George Addo Jnr. There's crucial games coming into this. We first of all have to have a look at what happens between West Ham United and Manchester City. They know that Chelsea are leading them with 5 points. They have to close the gap, but it's big sum knocking there for Man City. How about Liverpool? A lot of drama in midweek. The crucial question is that the end of Balotelli's career? We'll sort that out as well. How about Arsenal? They did quite well in the UEFA Champions League, getting that nervy win. It might not be that nervy because they play against Sunderland, who lost 8 last week. I'm not too sure they lose by 8 again, but Arsenal know they can get it. And then we get into Chelsea up against Manchester United. That is the big game. Chelsea don't have the attackers. Yes, they might have to try and get a makeshift attack into that one. And we'll find out what Manchester United does about it. Anio Sabute is here, as well as Francis Aban, who is a Manchester United fan. Guys, Chelsea coming up against Manchester United. I'll start with you because you're a Manchester United fan. The good news is you're playing at home. You haven't won away yet, but at home you've managed to win some 3 games. And it's a Chelsea team that doesn't have Loic Remy, doesn't have Diego Costa. He might not start. Little chance, and looks like they have to dwell on that old chap, Didier Drogba. It's not something that Jose Mourinho might want to do.
If you have Drogba coming in for this game, he's been off virtually the whole season. He hasn't seen any really big game, but he has that kind of experience to play in a game like this. Remember, anytime he comes to Old Trafford in that crucial game, he delivers a goal or 2, an assist, heckles the defenders very well. And with the kind of shaky defense we have now, it will be very interesting to see how things pan out. For our defense, I've always said that all season it's been a try and error session for us. It's been very bad. Some will say things are shaping up, a philosophy is coming in, but I don't think so. I think that it will be another Chelsea win on Sunday.
Annie, I don't know what your take is. Yes, would Mourinho want to gamble and say, I want to start with Didier Drogba? Or indeed, he'll look at Andersheller, who is coming in a number of times and giving him what he wants.
Thinking through, I'm not too sure that Costa is
going to play again.
Because I think he may risk him.
He will
risk him. He will risk him. Trust me, he will risk him because look, Drogba is not the Drogba we used to know before. Manchester has a shaky defense. Yesterday we were doing some analysis with some of the guys with Manio fans, obviously, and what I said was that if Van Gaal could put Carrick and Blend ahead of the defenders,
still won't work.
You understand? And play Falcao as a top striker and drop Van Persie.
I'll tell you why that won't work. I'll tell you why that won't work.
Just hold on.
Let me
that will give them some solidity.
Absolutely. You know what? Because I think that tomorrow will also question the so-called superior tactics that Van Gaal has underneath his belly. Tomorrow will define that he could create something out of nothing. If on Sunday he's unable to beat Chelsea or even get a draw out of this game, it'll be fantastic. But I think that, look, Chelsea may, Man U has a shaky defense, but I think a coach of his caliber should be able to create something out of nothing.
Why do you think that Manchester United is totally out of this game and
I'll tell you why.
And I hope it's not a defensive mechanism anymore.
No, it's not. Yes, no, it's not. I'm being realistic about this. You have 2 defenders in maybe Rojo or Jones or Rojo Blackett, whichever combination you have. The 2 have not played consistently for even 5 or 6 games. So you would see that any qualified and experienced striker will take full advantage of that. You say Blend and Carrick should do the covering. I disagree. The 2 of them play virtually the same kind of game. They would want to go for it, best around and give some good passes, and their defensive roles are not too good. I would think Blend and Fellaini.
Don't move too deep.
And they give it.
That is why I'll recommend that.
Right, let me just do it because we have to roll in and talk about the others. And again, we're still with Manchester United because yes, the defense is not doing well, but we talked about the attack that's not clicking as well. Does he have to crack the whip now and say, Robin Van Persie, sit down, Falcao start?
That's basically what you ought to do. Drop Van Persie because Van Persie is not the Van Persie we used to know. He's dropped. I mean, his form has dipped, and a courageous coach will drop the guy. But in terms of experience, maybe he keeps him because of experience. Because look, in a very shaky situation, Van Persie can create something. But we've seen throughout the number of games that he's played in, he's not been at his best. And I think sincerely that he should drop him, play Falcao on top, give Juan Mata a free role, and let Di Maria do the tricks and things. Like, look, if you watch Chelsea carefully, they have a very shaky defense against Crystal Palace. And I think Campbell exposed that.
Highly.
Look, the 2 strikers, Falcao and Van Persie, cannot play together. It just won't work. Both of them want their space to strike and hit it. and they've never had that.
Well, I think we'll leave it at that. That means that certainly Chelsea, Manchester United games, a game that's bouncing out there. Let's look at the others. Let's talk about Arsenal, and you know why. What a nervy win against Anderlecht. And now they play against Sunderland, who lost by 8-0. I think Arsenal should win this game very easily.
People think that because Southampton beat Sunderland 8-0, so you think that it's going to be like it's going to be like a tea party. It's not going to happen like that. I see them packing the bus, okay, and putting, because over the season our defense has not been as strong as last season, and I think even our midfield, Flamini is not at that level where. But if we can hold our nerves and keep calm, okay, we can break their defense. But I don't see us scoring anything beyond 2.
I'm not going to give Francis a bite on the Arsenal, so he has a goal there. I'm not going to give it a bite. What do you think?
I think Sunderland will pull a surprise. And I'll tell you what, Gaspoye has a way of pulling up when everyone writes him off. Michael's on the wall.
That's what Wenger
when he came in as caretaker. Remember, when he came in, when things were going bad and this other chap had to leave. What's his name again? Yes, Di Canio had to leave. He made the goods work. He put, grinded out games and made it work. In this big game, he will pull it off. He will give us a win.
About Liverpool, there's lots of questions out there as well. What's the big deal really with changing your jersey, swapping just at any time in the game? I'm not too sure about it. But what does it do to Liverpool? I think the best thing that Balotelli has done for Liverpool is ensure that Brendan Rodgers doesn't spend his time talking about the problems of Liverpool. It's always about Balotelli. Does he play in this game?
Well, I think it's very unfortunate because a player of his quality. I remember when there were rumors that Arsenal was going to go in for him. I was like, okay, Wenger ought to do the right thing. But now I sit back and I understand why Wenger we trust. You understand? Because he's a bad nut among the lot in the dressing room. Okay, I mean, there's nothing wrong with swapping the jersey, but not first half when your team is down by 3 goals. You ought to respect the sensibilities of.
I think he will not start him, but he will have a role to play in that game, and I'll tell you why. Balotelli, no one can doubt his ability on the pitch. The question has always been about how any manager can manage a ball like Balotelli. It has never been proven anywhere by any coach that he can be managed. Mancini, Mourinho, even Allegri, never worked. I think Rodgers has to manage this first of all in the dressing room. Make sure the boy's head is cool before you put him on that pitch.
When he made a move to Liverpool, he talked about that he's aging now, he's growing, he's 22, 23. Okay,
but he's still showing the petulance that he has always had.
You go into a gym and you create problems for example.
So
that's a devil in him.
That's the issue about Balotelli. He's a hothead. He can never get cool, and he's just proving a number of times. But I was just thinking about it. Luis Suarez could have been in Liverpool, and nobody will be talking about Balotelli. He's in there for the El Clasico just to step in it a bit. Barcelona play against Real Madrid, and of course, there's not going to be Gareth Bale. That's interesting. But guys, what are your thoughts on that one? Either Matthew coming in alongside PK, or there's Batra coming in. That defense looks shaky.
But sincerely speaking, I'm hoping that Barcelona will pull off this one, because trust me, I mean, I have strong hatred
because Suarez is coming
for Madrid. Exactly.
You're sure about that?
Suarez is what in Ghana we call ball play. That guy can do anything at all. You understand? And look at Pepe, hothead. Pile the pressure on him consistently, that guy will crack up.
Just on the matter, do you think Barcelona are going to find it that easy? Even not find it, do you think they can win that game?
I think it will be an interesting game, but they can't win. And I'll tell you why they can't win. If you're playing against a team that has a bad defense, the midfield has not been the best all throughout the season, and you can testify. In that game against PSG, we all saw the capitulation. And I'm telling you, against players who are now on top form, like Real Madrid, after that handsome win at Anfield, it's going to be another win for Real Madrid.
The question, you think that they will score the goals?
It'll be down to the goals. Yes.
Messi is sticking
you know, I'm telling you, for example, that Barcelona will pull it off because Suarez will be so much up for it. This is the first game since he moved to Barca. You understand? And the whole game, everybody will be talking about it. We through the press. People have been talking about that guy.
But that will not be the scoring goal.
Pull out all the antics, the tricks, the machinations, whatever you think, in a fair way. You understand? And create the leeway for people to score. Trust me.
All right, that's it. Thank you guys for joining me. That's the end of Touchline. That was Neo Saboti, an Arsenal fan, certainly, and of course, Francis Zaban, a Manchester United fan. We'll see how all of these games pan out, as well as Manchester City, what they do against West Ham. They are going away. Can West Ham break that hoodoo? I'm George Addo Jnr. That's it for this week. See you next time.